Hello and welcome. Most welcome to everyone who is joining this live session. Just a second, just a second. Hi. So, in this live session, I will be touching upon the topic on how to handle strong emotions and anger issues at work. Right. So, so this is a reality in the workplace that sometimes and many a times what happens is that uh, due to our own faults, our own miscommunication, or the miscommunication of other person, or various reasons, at workplace we end up getting angry, we end up having strong emotions, and it is having these emotions is not good for everyone, because at the end of the day we have to be in the same place and work together day after day, right? So I have had my own phases of having strong emotions and anger, and in my 15 years journey, corporate journey, so I can understand it very very well, what happens. And then the various reactions arise, passive aggressive behavior and all those things. So my learnings are from this book. I'm doing the review of this book, Work by Thich Nhat Hanh. It's a beautiful book, and it's on work. How you and me, we can be more mindful at the workplace. So I have done like uh, uh, covered quite a few topics in my previous live sessions, which are available on YouTube and everywhere. And this is basically today I will be just taking up like only a small thing on how to handle strong emotions. So here basically, Thai is the, the font name of Thich Nhat Hanh. So here basically what Thai is trying to say is that, first practice when we have strong emotions at work is to realize that all emotions are impermanent, right? Nothing is permanent. Emotion will come and emotion will arise and emotion will go, right? What basically, they rise, they stay for a while, and then they pass. What basically we need to understand is that how we can stop our thinking when the storm comes. So till the time that we are thinking and thinking, and in our thinking brain, what happens is that we continue to fuel the storm, right? We continue to fuel our anger and our strong emotions. So immediately what our practice is that we need to go beyond our mind, right? So all these patterns, all the anger patterns and strong emotions are actually coming from our mind, right? And what we have to do is immediately go beyond the mind. So how to go beyond the mind is that we have to bring ourselves to our breathing, right? So I'll just read what is given in the book is that we need to stop straight away and come back to our breathing, practicing deep abdominal breathing, right? Now friends, if you can practice deep abdominal breathing, it is, I mean, there is nothing else that you need, right? It is like the core of any zen practice, any mindfulness practice. So basically what you have to do is that wherever negative thoughts or negative emotions or strong emotions come, you bring your attention, which is there in your head, right, in your mind, to your belly, राइट, द नेवल, लाइक इन हिंदी हम बोलते हैं नाभि, नाभि का जो पार्ट है। तो जब व्हेन आई ब्रीथ इन, द belly goes out, and when I breathe out, the belly goes in. So this is, I just focus my attention on the in and out movement of the belly, right? Do not breathe in through the chest, right? If your chest goes out and comes in while you are breathing, that's the wrong way of breathing, right? Always breathe, ensure when you breathe, the belly goes in and out. So we just focus on the belly movement, and when we bring, and we do not change the pattern of the breathing. So there is no breath work involved, you don't have to make any effort, you just have to. So previously unconsciously your your attention was here, now you bring it consciously here. And if you practice this for like 2 3 minutes, you will realize that the anger has dissipated, your mind has become cool, your body has become, what happens is, when mind is angry, when there is anger in the mind, the body also becomes hot, body also becomes heated. So your mind becomes cool, your body becomes cool, and your emotions become cool, right? So, and so that first practice is deep abdominal breathing. That is the first practice. And right, so first thing is, in knowing that these emotions are impermanent, allow it, recognize it, let it rise and fall, let it rise and let it fall, right? That is the first practice, right? Just recognize it that it is just an impermanent emotion that has come. Second, and a better way, which is a more concrete way, is to set an anchor, which is the breathing. You bring your attention back to the breathing, and breathe, keep on doing mindful breathing till your emotions calm down. So that is the second thing we can do. Immediately withdraw. Now, very very good point is, immediately withdraw your attention on the person, thing, or situation which you believe is to be the cause of anger. Now, what basically Thai is communicating so beautifully, and which I have also learned in my spiritual journey, till now, is that, what we think is that the cause of the particular anger or strong emotion is the person who is outside. Now, that person is actually not the primary cause. The primary cause is our own, these patterns that are there inside us. It's like the seeds which are inside us, which are now coming up in our kind of conscious mind. So the seeds that were there in the subconscious mind of anger, of you know um, anger and anxiety and all, these seeds, from time to time, so that person who you see outside, that person has just become a kind of a instrument for watering those seed that is inside you, right? The problem is within you, right? The problem is within you and me. But what we do is that we put the blame on that other person, that he is making me angry. It is our own wrong perceptions and our own, seeds of unconsciousness and anger, which actually just get watered by that some incident. And you see, uh, someone who is very, lot of anger that is stored inside him or her, a small situation, a small thing can trigger a kind of a, outburst. You see a lot of instances in the media and in the news. There was just this small incident that happened over maybe on a tea shop or something. Someone, maybe there was some delay in giving food, delay in processing the order of the food. And then people just get angry and they start fighting, and then people even do murder other people. That rage, the seed of that rage is actually inside them. The outside event is nothing actually, right? So we have to understand that, take responsibility, bring ourselves back. So the thing is that sometimes it is not very easy to just be accepting and, allowing the emotions to pass. No, the storm comes. But it is actually, if your practice of mindfulness is deep, you are doing your daily meditation, right? I highly suggest all of you, right? Please always, make it a routine of daily meditation. If you do meditation like 20, 25, 30 minutes in the morning, it will calm you, it will keep your mind calm. So all these kind of events happen, it will not hijack your amygdala. If you have read the book of Daniel Goleman on, emotional intelligence, you will be able to stay sane and calm even in difficult situations. So have the practice of like a half an hour meditation, and also have a practice of like a half an hour brisk walk or something, some jogging or something in the morning, half an hour. It takes away all the rajas and tamas from the body, right? All the, these gunas, the rajas and tamas gunas, they get they got washed away, right? So that is also, it helps you to stay calm and anxiety free during the day, right? uh, so Thai says is, uh, you don't need to force the breathing to change. Simply bring your concentration and awareness to your breathing. If you're able to breathe mindfulness to your body in this way, not only will your breathing calm down, but your body and mind will also become calmer. Then there's this section where Thai gives one another option, that is walking meditation, right? So Thai says that walking meditation can also be a wonderful way to work with strong emotions. So what is basically walking meditation is that I consciously walk, right? I consciously, pay attention to my body and the breath while I walk, right? Rather than walking unconsciously, like my mind somewhere else, I bring my mind to my body. Bring my mind to inhabit my body, and I walk in a very very conscious way, right? So that is the second practice what Thai is suggesting. uh, we must, in order to find the way out of our suffering, we must first accept it, look deeply into that suffering, to understand the true nature and origin. Once we've begun this work within ourselves, we can bring our understanding to our work environment and help not only ourselves but also people around us with whom we work. Right? So Thai says, if strong emotion comes up in us in work like anger or frustration, we can stop what we are doing immediately, right? Rather than keep on losing yourself in thoughts and everything, or immersing yourself with work, just stop there and then and take care of the emotions. How to take care? Do some mindful walking. You can just walk out of the office, walk like 5 to 10 minutes, take a walk, take a mindful walk, be with your emotion, don't suppress the emotion, be with your emotion, come back after 10 minutes, and you'll be in a much better state, right? If anger arises, don't do or say anything. This is very important. Don't do, whatever we do when anger is there, whatever we speak actually complicates the situation even more. So we will not say anything, we will not speak anything. We can just get up, do some mindful walking, or do some, you know s- you just move our body, do some mindful breathing, and then come back after some time without, our emotions calm down, right? Then If you're a manager, Thai says that if you're a manager or a supervisor, right, you probably know that trying to enforce the rules from a place of anger and violence, using your authority to control, right, that is also kind of a violence only, that what a, as a manager, what you do is that you impose your authority on the other person. Just because the authority, the other person has to comply. So that is bad leadership, that is bad management. What basically we need to do is that these kind of suppression tactics over time, it will, kind of do more harm than good. It will destroy your relations with your subordinates, right? So similar, if you try to ignore the feelings, or if you try to force yourself to think or feel something different, you won't succeed. So walking meditation is a way to remind ourselves, accept our feelings, to be what is, rather than pushing it or pretending it is not there. Then Thai says this is that dealing with anger. On this section, on dealing with anger, Thai says that suppose you have a difficult relationship with your coworker, you and your coworker are angry with each other on something, some mistake. So what the natural tendency is to blame the other person, right? But when anger comes up, we can transform our thinking by practicing mindfulness. We become more aware of all these things that are coming up. When anger comes up, we just realize at that time that this time anger is coming up in me. We will not say that Abhinav is angry, right? Because we don't want to name the we don't know how to label ourselves, like a particular thing, that this is there or this is there, right? Hi, sorry, I'm not able to see your name, but I've you just written what a great topic. Hopefully, I can access the recording. Thanks for the topic, Abhinav. I think work is where we spend most of our lives. So good emotional health in that space is critical. Thank you so much. Yes, yes, very true. And this is something which is uh, hello, Sarita ji. Hello, Facebook user. Thank you so much for joining. Yes, this is a very, very kind of a topic which I've also grappled in my journey, in my work journey. So uh, definitely these things are very, very important to manage to learn how to manage our emotions, right? So Thai says that uh, dealing with anger, in that Thai says that when anger comes up, just realize that anger is there, arising in me right now. So you practice mindful breathing, and you say, breathing in, I know anger is in me. Breathing out, I will take good care of my anger. So this is how what we can do is that we can be mindful of our anger, right? We can be actually mindful of our feelings, right? Understand this, that if you don't practice meditation or mindfulness on a daily basis, it will be very difficult. Because what happens is when the storm comes, then it takes away everything. When the flood comes, it takes away everything. So the anchor, you have to do it, set it by your daily practice. And this is what I am personally experienced. This, I'm it's not just, I'm maybe just reading from the book or something. The day I started doing regular meditation, right, come what may, I will do my daily meditation. Those changes started coming in me. I have been very short tempered. I've been very short tempered. Maybe 10 years back, people used to say I'm very short tempered. I had difficulty working with my subordinates because I was so short tempered. So the seeds of anger are not completely evaporated, right? But it has considerably reduced through my consistent practice of meditation, right? What it does is that, so in my case, what happens is that when these strong emotions come, so I now realize that the futility of these emotions, and futility of reacting from a place of reacting. I realize that these are some emotions which are there in me, which is just coming up. So yes, anger is there. I may say something wrong, but then I'm quick to correct myself. I'm quick to come out of that emotion. I'm quick to recognize that this was just something that had come up in me, unwholesome thing that had come up in me, and I try to make amends. Right. So this requires patience. It is not very kind of doesn't have happen overnight, but constant, consistent vigilance of whatever is going on in me at all times, my thoughts, my feelings, my emotions, what all is going on. The more you are, see one thing, understand one more thing. The more you are able to kind of be with the practice mindfulness when the times are good, right, when there is no storm or everything is good, the more it will come to your help, come to your rescue, when actually you face these kind of situations, right? Because then you have created that kind of a reserve. You have watered the seed of mindfulness in you, right? So even the seed of anger can come up, right? But the seed of mindfulness is so strong that it takes care, it embraces the anger that is there, right? So Thai says is that saying or doing something in anger is just basically it's only destructive. Don't say anything, don't react, just continue to practice mindful breathing and mindful walking, right? So two things: mindful breathing, just keep doing mindful breathing, and keep do mindful walking if possible, right? Okay, Thai, just I will be finishing it. Thai basically gives an example of a room, a cold room. So when you basically turn on the radiator, or when you come turn on the heater, what happens is the the hot air doesn't fight with the cold air. Hot air just embraces the cold air. So that is what we have to do. We don't have to fight with these patterns. See, these patterns what you and I have of anger and strong emotions, they we are actually inherited them from our ancestors also, right? So these are actually very deeply encoded in our DNA. Now with conscious awareness, we are slowly losing, we are letting the grip of these emotions lose on us, loosen up, right? Thai says the warm air doesn't try to fight the cold air. It comes and embraces the cold air, and 5 to 10 minutes later the cold air has become warmer. In the same way, the energy of mindfulness and concentration embraces the energy of pain and anger, right? And then this is very I'll just read it from the book. It is very deep, right? Maybe the seed of anger within you is large, right? Every one of us has seeds of anger, right? Someone has a small seed of anger, someone has a large seed of anger. But very very important thing to understand is that we are just a, till the time we are not conscious, we are just working with this. We are just a product of our patterns. So don't kind of judge other person, because he is just a creature of his patterns, right? सो जैसे गांधी जी ने बोला था कि पाप पाप से घृणा करो, पापी से नहीं, राइट? तो वी हैव टू आल्सो बी mindful that other person has those seeds, he's carrying those seeds of anger, not only which is he's carrying it from his past lives, but he's carrying it from his ancestors also, right? So be patient and be kind to the other person who is getting angry. That is also we have to do, right? So Thai says as soon as we hear or see something that isn't pleasant, the seed of anger that is there in us gets watered, right? As soon as we hear or see something which is not pleasant, the seed of anger gets and we become angry. We are the primary cause of suffering, not the other person, right? So in your spiritual journey, if you want to really make a a next kind of a leap, that is to realize that the problem lies in me, the issue lies in me. It is simply happening through the other person. So otherwise what happens is, you are in a particular job and you find all the people around you uh, you know making you angry, and then you decide that okay, I'll leave my job, I'll switch to another job, and another job you feel the same people. Because why? Because actually you carry your mind with you wherever you go, right? There's a very good saying: you carry your universe, wherever you go. This is actually very deep. The universe is there in our mind, issue is there in our mind, and it is replicated outside. So the switch, the happiness switch, or the peace switch, the switch of peace, that is like, you can say, it is like in something inside of you, If we understand this, we can focus more on our own self development, our own mindfulness, go do our meditation more deeply, and then we will be able to see changes outside. This I have seen in my journey, right? When I start work within myself, I see people becoming helpful, things becoming easy, right? Till the time I see look outside and keep fighting with people and fighting with situations, that energy of resistance, I will never come in peace, and the situation also will not change. This is deep, right? I hope some of you may have resonated with this. Okay, so we are the primary cause of our suffering, not someone else. The other person is just a secondary cause. If we know that we are, if we know that we are less angry, right? If we know that the real problem lies with us, we can be more, we can be less angry. If we look deeply into our anger, we see that it has been caused by misunderstanding, wrong perceptions, and wrong views. Once we have realized this, our anger becomes transformed and understanding arises, right? So this was just the section on this from this book, work by Thich Nhat Hanh. I just thought to share, and including thought to share my own points also. And this is some topic which is actually very deep. So I have just covered the surface of it. So in my future videos, I will try to also cover it, drill down into it, and bring more insights to the little of my ability. Because this is one issue that I have also grappled in my life and healed it to a large extent. So I hope this session was useful, and uh, thank you so much. Sorry, it was very late for me. I had my first my first mastermind call, my inner circle mastermind call, with my mindful living tribe community. So I have created a new community, which is basically a community of practitioners who practice mindfulness and who want to learn mindfulness. So today we had our first call. So now we'll have a weekly call. So that was like something I was just preparing for the whole day, and I could not, due to that, I could not take the session. So thank you so much for participating, and great to have you. Good night. Take care. And I have a new announcement that I will make it maybe tomorrow. A new announcement I will make tomorrow. I'll make it tomorrow. And I have something planned, which is very good. And right. Okay. Thank you so much. Bye. Take care. Bye.